Hey guys, Hannah Bell, family lawyer, here with a Family Law 101. And the two of you who are watching this are going to be excited to know we are on part 5 of temporary orders, which is the last part. Yay, we're about done. Okay, then we can start doing something else. Okay, what we're going to talk about here at the end is, all right, you've decided you need them. You've decided it's worth it to go for it. You've helped do your homework. That was the last video, like talking forever about how to get ready. Now I'm going to talk to you about the day of, or right around the day of. So I'm adding that a little bit because I was at this panel speaking, I guess it's called speaking, like just talking last night, and Judge Alvarado and Judge Gonzalez from Bexar County were there. And I forget which one of them, they're both so smart, it's hard to know, said, hey, that sometimes they'll have lawyers send their clients to go sit in their courtroom the week before, the day before, the month before a hearing or a final trial, so that they can get an idea of like what this is like. You know, what's the experience going to be like? What does the judge do? What do the lawyers do? And I think that's super. So even if your lawyer doesn't recommend it, I think you should do it. Just go down to the court. So you can go at the presiding docket, so at 8:30 in Austin, and then at 9 o'clock in Bexar County, and go wait until somebody says, oh, Your Honor, on that we need 3 hours. That would be like in Travis County, because if to be on a Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to be under 3 hours, but that's kind of the max you can get. So you're looking for something with like the max time. And Bexar County may say 6 hours, Your Honor, forever in a day. Follow those people, because more than likely it's a temporary orders or a final orders hearing. And your lawyer could help you figure it out. But anyway, so go in there and sit and watch the whole thing. So the first time you're hearing objections, the first time you're seeing how a judge may talk to you while you're on the stand, isn't when you're actually on the stand, when it's for real at your hearing. So go check it out. And if nothing else, it'll sort of remove the mystery, and you'll sleep better the night before because you've done it. You'll think like, I'm such a homework doer. So go before, and then the day of. So depending on whatever time your hearing is, you're probably going to meet your lawyer at least about 15 minutes early. Same thing like kind of studying for a test, right? The night before is not the night to stay up super late. It may be difficult for you to sleep because you're going to be nervous. So like do all the things you normally do if you got a big thing going and you need to get some good sleep. And then the day of, I always think about it, put your best professional face on. All right. To the opposing lawyer, I try to, if it's possible, or like welcomed by the other lawyer, always introduce myself to the other party and to the other lawyer, so that, hey, like, this isn't personal. I'm just trying to say hi. We're all just doing our roles here, right? So like the other lawyer may do that to you, or if you're my client, I'll introduce you to the other side, to the other lawyer and everything. And you don't really want to talk to the X factor. I mean, unless we're like making a hallway deal and your lawyer's like, oh yeah, y'all two go talk, which by this point probably won't happen. But you don't want to, this is not the time to like cash out, or don't be those people who are like hollering in the hallway. Y'all, I've been in the hallway, not my clients, because I would probably like promptly grab you by the elbow and escort you outside. But I've seen people like get to town in the hallway on each other. It's not, I mean, I'm laughing. It's not funny. It's very serious. The people act kind of funny, but this is not the time to hash all that out. The yelling, hollering business was for before, I guess. That's why you're getting divorced. So anyway, probably not the time to have a big conversation. Be there 15 minutes early. Now, what will happen, it's kind of different in my experience anyway, for what it's worth. I just tell you all this because I didn't figure out until doing it. In Bexar County, what may happen is they'll call your name, or your cause number, or the party's names, depending on which judge it is. And then the two lawyers pop up and they're going to say, Your Honor, Hannah Bell here for petitioner. We need 4 hours. And the other party's going to say, and if hopefully the lawyers have already talked about the time, or like can kind of agree. There's always a little chuckle if somebody's like 5 minutes, and then the other side's like 5 hours. Ha ha, so funny. Anyway, you don't have to say anything as a litigant, just your lawyer will talk. You'll probably stand up with them if they sit with you, but sometimes the lawyers go back behind the bar. That's like the bar, we're called the bar because you can go behind, I don't know, whatever. You can go in that little gate thing and walk up there. So your lawyer may be up there or may sit with you. And then from there, they're going to get squared away on the time announcement. One thing that happens in Bexar County in particular is your lawyer may say, oh, Judge, we need to confer. which means go talk about it with the other side. My personal opinion is I really wish we could have conferred before everybody paid the money to get ready and to come all the way down here. I mean, I'm always all about like, let's make a deal, for sure, make a deal if possible. But anyway, a lot of people do it the morning of, and you can't talk to them and they won't confer. And sometimes people just get more realistic, like, oh, this is really a thing. We better make a deal, you know? So anyways, you may confer meaningfully, or it may be not. Maybe it's not very meaningful and it's over soon. So if you go confer, that can take anywhere from 5 minutes to a good part of the day, okay? And what will happen is your lawyer and that lawyer may go out in the hallway and kind of run back and forth. There's some little rooms, past presiding. It's where you can make copies and stuff. And they always want cash, by the way. But in there, if you go in the back, there's some little rooms. So the lawyers may kind of go between some rooms with y'all and try to work out a deal. So that's like sort of door number one. Let's confer, judge, and you confer and make a deal. Or if everybody's like past confer stage, then they're going to send you out to a particular judge. Because remember, we talked about this is the presiding court system, so you never know what judge you're going to get, which really can change the way your case is going to go, right? But that's how it would work. Now, in Travis County, they say, oh, put us on recall. But my own experience has been like, it's not quite the same as in Bear, where people just sort of have a strategy to go confer and do the work that morning. I mean, I'm sure that happens in Travis County sometimes. It hasn't really happened with me yet, for what it's worth. So, anyway, then you're going to go back to the hearing and do that stuff you've been prepping for. And main thing to keep in mind is answer the question asked of you. Don't add a bunch of ad-libbing. This is not the time for like scatting up there and just thinking of all this new stuff you need to say. Just be honest. And one thing I think that people really want to do is literally answer the question that someone asked you, because otherwise it makes you seem evasive or like kind of smarty pants. If you're like, oh, if the answer is obviously yes or no, but you sort of throw in all these other sentences, the judges, they just get super annoyed at you. So that's one. I mean, we can talk more about being a witness and everything later, but that's one thing to keep in mind. It's like, answer the question asked. Don't talk while the judge is talking. Don't try to talk to the judge. I mean, this is sort of a weird thing, maybe isn't that clear, is the lawyers, if you have a lawyer, the lawyer's going to talk to the judge. And the judge may look at you and ask you particularly a question. You'll kind of know when that's happening, but err on the side of assuming they're talking to your lawyer, not to you. Because some judges can be like pretty persnickety because they have a certain, you know, formal way that this is supposed to go. And some judges are a little bit easier than that. But just as a rule of thumb, don't talk. Don't speak unless spoken to, kind of. And then you're going to have the whole hearing. What can happen sometimes is the judge may be like, oh, hey, parties, I'm about to rule this. I'm about to have an idea. You know, attorneys, why don't you come meet in my chambers and let's discuss. That's often happens in Bexar County. And you're going to go back there and the judge is going to kind of knock your heads together figuratively and say, y'all sure y'all don't want to figure this out? Seems pretty clear to me. And sometimes that'll happen and then you will go make a deal. Or otherwise the hearing will happen and often the judge right then and there is going to tell you their decision and what's about to happen and what the holdings are. That last little bit, your lawyer will be writing real fast to try to get everything down. And then after that, somebody, usually the movant or the petitioner, depends on the situation, is their lawyer has to write up the order. So the big long thing that explains all of the terms of the judge's ruling. And then from there, that's sort of your new rules. And you've spent all this money, you've spent all this time, and you may or may not think it's worth it. Probably you're going to feel like a little bit mad no matter what, because usually if it's going to a hearing, it's like at least somewhat closed and you usually don't get everything you want. But then from there, at least you know, right? There's something valuable to be able to know. So, all right, guys, temporary orders. Woohoo! We know what to do. Way to go. You can do it. It's kind of terrible, but it's also awesome. I mean, if you need it, you need it. All right. Have a great day, everybody.